more and more, it is shocking Biden's absence.
Donald Trump is walking around like he's president now.
But we have 35 days until the inauguration. If we as a nation show weakness, that the president of the United States walks out there and can't, doesn't look like he's got control, that's a sign of weakness for our country.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the happy patriots are.
It is every day more and more, it is shocking Biden's absence. Like, part of me wonders, where's your manhood? I can't see George W. Bush or Bill Clinton allowing the incoming president to dominate, not just with announcements and press conferences, but I opened the Wall Street Journal this morning, and there is this story that the Syrian rebels are calling Trump to get the president of Turkey to not invade, right? Trump doesn't control our military. Trump does, but people aren't even thinking, where's Biden's pride to on some level call a press conference and kind of say, look, he's going to get sworn in. I'm helping him with the transition, but I am still president and I'm doing AB. He's going to Delaware on Tuesday. So Trump is doing a great job, with the hand he's dealt. But the other end of this is Biden's just MIA.
Remember, that's a Democrat saying Trump is doing a great job as president, and that Joe Biden, he says, where's your manhood? That's a quote. Where's your manhood, Joe Biden, to let someone else come in and take over your presidency, and he's off on vacation? Biden's not the president. Everyone knows he's not the president. In fact, most people agree he doesn't even have the capability of being president. Here's Stephen A. Smith with the facts that Trump is the president and Joe Biden beaten, Kamala Harris beaten, Democrats beaten, very hard into the ground. He's screaming he's so upset.
Donald Trump is walking around like he's president now. In France recently, for the reopening, the Notre Dame Cathedral, talking to Zelensky for Ukraine, no doubt Putin for Russia, talking to Benjamin Netanyahu with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Look at what is happening. Every time there is substantive stuff to talk about in the world of politics, Donald Trump's name is the headline instead of President Joe Biden. Y'all lost. The Democrats, you've lost. You got your ass kicked in every way imaginable. And why am I saying it like that? It's not because of the election. It's because of what's still happening. Every single other day, this man is making headlines about political issues that are supposed to be dominated by President Biden and the White House. It's not happening. It's him. If that ain't definitive evidence that you have lost, and it is time to lick your wounds, look in the mirror, and revisit all of those tactics you tried to exercise, clearly in an effort to keep him out of the White House, it's now.
Oh, Stefan, you're on our side now. Okay. He's yelling a lot. There's a lot of Democrats now that are all coming over the Republican side, and they're going hey, I wish Stefan was a little more vocal before the election. Well, Stephen Smith, he's yelling after. Cool. Welcome aboard. Glad you joined. But a whole lot of these Democrats, I think they're kind of grifters. They know they're not going to get their bread buttered anymore by the Democrat Party because they lost so bad.
It's unbelievable.
Dan, can I ask you a question? Do you think part of this is that, and I'm saying this in a very honest to God, respectful way, but you see him leaving, for Delaware today. We've really seen him. I wonder, and this goes back to what we talked about during the campaign, is he okay? Is he up to the job anymore?
I don't believe that. No. I think they're probably worried that if they put him out, they risk a moment that dominates the news and is, moves up to the top of the tombstone, the mental acuity.
But also understand this, and that's why I say this. I'm trying to be respectful of the president because I just wonder if, to your point, it's not just his legacy, but we have 35 days until the inauguration. If we as a nation show weakness, that the president of the United States walks out there and can't, doesn't look like he's got control, that's a sign of weakness for our country.
We have no president, ladies and gentlemen. They're afraid of the weakness he's going to show if he merely does his job, not do something hard which for Biden right now, the impossible would be, riding a bike would be the definition of impossibility, much less go fly over and start negotiating peace in the Middle East or something that would actually require a president's mind to show up. He is unavailable, guys. They're going to hide this guy for 35 days. We don't have a president. We haven't had a president for years, by the way, but now we especially. He's gone. President Trump is graciously stepping in and starting his job early, not because he's an arrogant person or bossy or anything, but because he realizes that America needs a leader. And the Democrats are probably saying behind the scenes, look, Trump, do you mind? We don't like you or anything, but do you mind stepping in and driving the car? Because the real president is like gone, unavailable, not conscious. And Trump goes, yeah, I'll step in. I'm not going to be some big bossy, win or anything. He'll do that after the inauguration. But before it, I think he is being kind to the Democrats and stepping in his role as president.
Clearly, Democrats are very demoralized, and even the posture from her in that speech kind of underscored the reality. Questions about her political future, who the standard bearer may be. What do you think it does look like for Kamala Harris going forward? I mean, our Isaac Dever reporting that her aides and team divided between whether she should run for president.
Please run Kamala Harris again. It'd be the greatest gift you could give us, because that girl gonna lose hard. Oh my gosh. Do you guys think I would give her campaign money to encourage them to run her again in 28 against J.D. Vance.
Or run for governor of California.
Yeah, I think some of that is also consultants who would like her to run for California because they want to get the payout quicker. So I'm not so sure that that's the right move.
They only want her to run in California for governor because they get their payout, the consultants who are paid consultants. They don't even care about America. They don't even care about the Democrat Party. Some of them have even left the Democrats to go and work as consultants to do fundraising for Republicans.
Oh, for sure. And there are backroom conversations happening right now. Some people are fundraising for Republicans now. They're open to a different team.
Because they don't even care where they get their money from, so long as they get their money fundraising. The people that are pushing Kamala Harris to run, that are in her circle, just want to make more money. They make tons of money. They got a big chunk of that $2 billion that she raised. A whole bunch of it went to her fundraisers, even though she lost. Now let's look at someone who very much is not president, and people who have no idea what they're talking about with The View.
The election results knocked the wind out of a lot of Democrats. So yesterday, Vice President Harris was in Maryland to give a pep talk to students and young community leaders about where to go from here. Take a look.
I just love seeing.
I'm going to spare you guys a quote from Kamala Harris and the rest of The View. I just wanted to play that little clip because they acknowledge the Democrats are confused, lost in the wilderness. They have nothing. Kamala Harris has nothing. Joe Biden isn't even the president anymore. Trump's in charge. Change is coming. Things are looking good here in Exile, and you guys have subscribed. I'm Doug in Exile.